it's a game for all seasons. Dropping knowledge bombs, yeah, he got 1,000 reasons. Football to the hardwood, track to the grind. Perfect time fitness, he be flexing the mind. X and Rick Timmons, the squad so unique. Opinions hit harder than a linebacker peak. Comedy and culture, yeah, they got that blend. When the whistle blows, it ain't close to the end. Coach E, game for all seasons, we ride. Laughs and lessons, the crew by side. Sports, life, culture, they keep it alive. In the post-game word, that's the vibe. XN got the text that make your head do a spin. Rick, keep it raw, where do I begin? Mr. Taboo Timmons never shy to offend. Opinion sharp enough to slice through the wind. Talking about life, sports, every little thing. From the weight room grind to the championship rings. They break it all down with the laugh and the roar. You leave the podcast feeling like you needing some more. Coach E, game for all seasons, we ride. Laughs and lessons, the crew by side. Sports, life, culture, they keep it alive. In the post-game word, that's the vibe.
That shit was tight, right?
Long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Sweet bottle coffee. You.
Do you know them?
I don't know her, but that's my cousin Reggie. You got your jewelry? You got your purse? All right, because the boy could con Jesus.
Oh no, that's him. Oh, that's him.
Here he come.
That nigga Roscoe Steven Jenkins. Hollywood that came to town.
What's up?
What up, cuz? What up, cuz?
How you doing?
Come on, man. Give me all, man. What's happening? Oh, man, look at what you... look, you got them picnic tablecloth fans. Hey, boo-boo, let me get another picnic basket. I guess I'll...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons with your boy Coach E. Brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep, head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness, your local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach, local neighborhood high school football coach, also, most importantly, head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, email this show, game4allseasons@gmail.com. Download this show wherever you get your podcasts from. You can also watch this podcast on YouTube. Go to that YouTube search bar, type in Coach E Game for All Seasons, and you will be enjoying yourself with great episodes, laughs, facts, and sometimes sadness. But we keep the sadness to a minimum. I do this thing here with three assistant coaches with my left, center, and right. Today, he's on the right-hand side. It is...
Won't even say your own name when I come around. Stay on top of.
What up, Zen?
What's going on, Coach E? So, I'm not big on social media, as y'all are very aware of. But, Rick, when is that Hall of Fame induction?
February 6th. The 7th. I'm sorry, February 7th. That's the day.
February 7th. Okay, then 6th, they walk you around for the basketball game. Okay. So that means you're gonna be in the city that day. It's gonna be a special event going on that day as well too, along with your Hall of Fame ceremony. Do you know? Have you heard the word?
What?
No. What's the word?
Your boy, my boy, our boy, formerly of the Big Three, J. Cole, has announced that he'll be releasing The Fall Off on February 6th.
Yes.
Fall off, huh? It's
Yes,
official.
so-
Fell off? Okay.
So I wanted to get y'all thoughts about the news. Any excitement?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'm excited.
None.
I have no problem with J. Cole. Unlike y'all just, he didn't respond to the rap beef. He stinks. No, he's still a good damn rapper. I'm excited. Not hating on him like you guys.
Nobody hating. Just said, hey, that was a little bit of career suicide. Hey, that's what I said. Hey, I didn't say he was gonna make whack music, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a good look for his career. I stand on that. I'll continue to stand on that. I ain't never said he was a whack rapper or nothing like that. He claimed he was the greatest alive. and was scared to prove it. Just
But
wasn't a good look for him. But
devil's advocate. But Zen, you still excited though, because you was very vocal about and very disappointed about him
it's
not
gonna be career suicide. It
responding.
ain't gonna do. The fall off was supposed to have so much more buzz to me. I'm not getting the feel, even though it's just got announced. I'm
Mhm.
looking at who's responding to it. Like J. Cole had the demographic like from our age and below. You know, even the young heads would mess with a little bit of J. Cole. I ain't getting that vibe. The people that's getting excited is our age group. That's why I was like, the reactions that I'm seeing are strictly from our age group. I'm not seeing the reaction videos or nothing from anybody younger. And before, he was considered part of the big three, the biggest three in rap. Kendrick
You say,
Lamar, that
well,
don't happen for him when he getting ready to drop. So hey, so that's why I said it's not a good look for your career. I stand on that though.
Hey,
but yet
He's still
still
the
excited. Okay.
he's still the best rapper of the three though.
Ooh,
Rapper,
Who?
that's controversial.
rapper.
That's a spicy take.
J. Cole.
See, I
Best
He is the
told you.
rapper?
best rapper of the three.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's tough. I can't agree with you, light
Drake
skin.
is the best entertainer of the three.
Okay. Now who's Kendrick? The best lyricist?
Kendrick's Kendrick's got the best, like the overall. He got the commercial and the street cred. Like he's the best well rounded of the three. But if you just throw a track on and we flowing, J. Cole. Like I'll pull some tracks
Mm,
out.
and to add
Dude will
on
lose it. He will lose his mind and just go ham on the track.
to answer you, Zen, literally yesterday before the game, at least 3 kids was listening to J. Cole. They said they like J. Cole. So people still
I
listen
ain't
to J.
saying
Cole.
I ain't saying the old. I'm talking about this buzz for the rollout. The buzz for the rollout. I'm not seeing it from their demo. So
What
the old stuff, yeah, he had him in a chokehold. That's why he was part of the big three. We'll see. It remains to be seen if I'm right or wrong. But I think
does
that it definitely telling me that it has zero effect on his career, uh, zero impact. I find it hard to believe.
I don't believe that at
yeah,
all.
'cause he kind of fell like he kind of fall to the wayside. I mean, he's very talented. But I'm excited because he talked that you talk that flamboyant talk. You got to stand behind it. If you don't stand behind it, now you just background noise like Wale, background noise. But I gotta go
Ooh,
back to Rick with this best rapper because K Dot can switch up his flow and his cadence in
Yes.
so many ways. I gotta give him the best rapper of that trio. J. Cole don't switch up too much. You kind of
Okay.
got that Cole flow, right?
Okay. J. Cole's the best lyricist. Kendrick's the best rapper.
Yeah, can't ride there either. Let me out the car though. I
Nah.
Y'all
can't.
just don't like them. This is
No, I
crazy.
like J. Cole. I really do.
Oh
But out
yeah.
the big three, I mean, because Drake to me is underrated. People don't give Drake enough because
I'm a
he's
purist.
Canadian.
I think we talked about this
You're a
already.
purist. We
Yeah.
did. I don't think people give Drake enough credit because he's Canadian. I'm gonna just say that
I,
because
I
he's an
don't think
actor, something,
I don't think people
something.
give
But
J. Cole enough credit. Drake has a lot of credit. He's like known as one of the most streamed artists of all time. Like everything, he gets his kudos all the time. It's J. Cole out of the three that nobody gives credit to, like at all.
He kind of, I mean, he got an honorary spot as number 3 in the big three. So I mean, that's honorary. He better
Unbelievable.
than a lot of other people. We'll just say it like that, but not those two. Not in my opinion. I got to put K. Dot, Drake, then Jay.
Drake over Cole?
Yep.
Nah.
I gotta go Drake over Cole. It's tough because I actually like Cole. I like Cole, but Drake is versatile and he could change his flow. Cole kind of where Cole at with his flow. Cole right here with his flow. Lyrically, he gonna give you a lot of meat on the potato, but he here with his flow. He don't change up. He don't flip the cadence much. He don't flip the voice. It's just J. Cole, you know.
You never heard J. Cole like change his flow?
Give me a
I get
pivotal,
I get what B saying. Like
you know, give me something where I can go. Like y'all bravo where y'all gave me those Benny the Butcher, those guys. Bravo to y'all enlightening me with that. Now you gotta enlighten me something where I could say he significantly changes his flow. Give me a track.
Middle Child is totally different from We Got a Good Thing. Totally different. That's the change of the flow.
Okay. We got a good thing. I done heard that. And I like that cut. That's
Well,
cute. That's a
yeah,
cute
first
cut.
time,
yeah.
whatever it's called. You know, when you're talking about the girl in the
Yeah.
classroom. So totally
I
different
love the
flow.
story in that too. And it was vulnerable for a rapper. I love that. It gave him some real substance and real he was real it was a vulnerable track. So he was I give him kudos on that, especially for rap. But Middle Child, I heard Middle Child. I gotta go back and listen to it. It's been a while.
See my
And from the
why I say
21
Cole
Savage cut.
why I say Cole's a good lyricist because you could put him on a track with like on the Might Delete Later when he did Pie when he rapping with Absol. You know, like you could put him on a track with Benny
Hmm.
the Butcher and he gonna go bar for bar with Benny the Butcher. Like you know,
Definitely.
Dot
Definitely
I
agree.
think Dot can do it, but I know Cole can do it.
And on the left side today, the things is all messed up on the screen here. Y'all in total different places. We got DF Dub, RPZ.
What's happening? What's happening, fam? You just gonna barge in on the pod, huh? You gonna barge in on the pod? Wife walked in.
Pretty Ricky, what they called.
Man, dog, do you understand when that Martin episode came out the next day at school? All everybody was
Lit you up.
saying that's it lit me, and I was like, I saw it. Ricky Fontaine. But yeah, man, feeling good yesterday. My son, he well 2 days ago came back and was like, yeah, I'm practicing with JV varsity. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, are you playing with him? He's like, I don't
Hmm.
know yet. I don't know yet. Then came and told me, yeah, I'm playing varsity JV today. So we had to make it to the JV game. Then I look, he walking out on the court. He's starting. So I was like, okay,
Mm.
young squaw, you out there starting for JV. He had a real good game. He started the game. He hit a free throw that got them back within two. And then like the very next possession, when they bringing it down the court, he got a steal, got an assist, which tied it up. And then from there on out, they won the game. He finished he finished on the floor. So he was out there doing his thing, man. Proud of him. You know, I told him he's a little disappointed that he didn't get it, start playing at the beginning of the year. But I told him, man, just trust the process, man. Just keep going to work every day, doing what you need to do. If it's meant to be, it'll be. So proud of
And
young
I,
man.
I kept saying
Yes.
that whenever you were sending his stats, like, why is he not on JV? That's ridiculous. The stats you were sending, that means
Yeah,
freshman basketball is a little bit too easy for him. So he should have been gone.
yeah. And everybody was saying like he played real good defense. Like I think that's what got him, kept him on the floor. Like, my dad
Mm-hmm.
was like, it's gonna be a little faster for him. I said, we'll see. I said, I don't think they will pull him up if they ain't think he can handle it. And
Mm-hmm.
my dad was like, man, he looked like he should have been out there the whole time. I couldn't tell. The speed of the game wasn't too quick for him. Like, yeah, it's kind of the same level when he plays AAU. Like, everybody on the floor in the AAU game could probably play JV. So proud of young man. Proud of young man. I told him just keep working, man. But
Kudos
what's
is
up,
right.
boys?
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Hmm.
And
Something
in
special.
the middle today, I don't know how he got in the middle today. He's usually on the left hand side, but he is in the middle today. We got B to the sizzle.
That's my intro.
Absolutely, because I know you're gonna hit me with something. You was mad at me because I
Yeah, the
wasn't
truth
prepared.
is out there. Now, I told you I'm in Zen mode, man. Zen, man. I'm just chilling, man. The Cavs did they thing. They put a whooping on them once hot 76ers before they saw them Cavs. Ponies and stables. I keep telling you, fellas, ponies and stables. But that's all right, man. We're going to get this thing cracking. It's Timmons today. It's Timmons. Because we got some serious subjects. So no, forget that. The people, I gotta give them what they want to hear. It's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons, and I'm ready to get this thing cracking, lacking.
Oh,
J.
somebody
Cole
just
is number 3.
Hey, I've been getting into a little confrontation with a couple people, man. I live by this. I don't know if y'all live by this. We talking about meals and side dishes, right? So somebody said they was having spaghetti for dinner, and I was like,
Meal.
"So what else you gonna have?"
Meal.
They was like, "What you mean?" I'm like, "Cuz spaghetti is a side. You just gonna eat sides for dinner?" They was like, "Nah, that's a meal." I'm like, "Spaghetti is not a meal, dude." So what do y'all think? Is it a meal to y'all, or is that a side?
Definitely a meal.
Meal.
Definitely a
Meal.
meal, man.
A
Get a big
meal?
bowl of
Meal.
spaghetti, some vinegar, and some cheese in that boy. Maybe have a side dish of some garlic knots from Aldi's. Garlic knots. That's it, man. Or garlic bread. It's a meal. Or you can have a side of a salad with that encore, that entree.
So y'all don't do chicken and spaghetti? Like that's too much?
Like chicken parm.
No, like
No,
fried
no,
chicken
you
or
talking
baked
about the
chicken?
only at repasses and at y'all house. That's the only time it is like that.
Damn.
Repass at y'all house.
I see where you're going with it. Like, yeah, when you go to the funerals, they be having the chicken and the spaghetti, and you eat it.
Exactly.
But every time you do that, you big backing. It's a
Oh,
meal by
It's like
itself.
2 or 3 meals at once.
Yeah.
but it's no like I mean I understand it's meat and spaghetti, but that's not enough meat. Like that's a
It's not
side. That's
enough
all you
meat.
got.
Pause.
Pardon the left, excuse me, Paul. But it's like so y'all don't go to a restaurant and they have spaghetti as a side. Y'all never seen that, or do y'all go to
Mm-mm.
places
No,
where it's just a meal? Because I done
Olive
been to like
Garden.
Meal.
plenty soul food places, and they like greens, mac and cheese, spaghetti, collard greens. That means it's a side.
And once again, if you have spaghetti as a side, you big backing. You big backing.
Yeah, they're the repass cooks. They done cooked it as a side.
And you did
Nah,
Nah,
say soul
man.
food spot. You did say soul food spot. So you
right.
definitely big backing.
Yeah, because I get a catfish dinner and I get spaghetti and greens on the side. So I think it can alternate between both. So
That's a
yeah,
meal.
yeah.
Cause you
If
got
I
the
if I
meat.
go if I go to a church and they have a fish fry or whatnot, they're gonna give me spaghetti with the whatever fish that I order. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can see it as both though.
They
Yeah,
all
I
got diabetes, I'm sure. Because that's a 2 meat
Damn.
meal right there. That's a 2 meat meal. It's a violation. No 2 meat
So
meals.
so when we went to Italy, I guess it's like like the way you're supposed to eat it. You eat the pasta first, and that's first course. Then like the lady came out, she was making steak and stuff, and we like, what's this? She was like, oh no, this is the second course. We like after the first, like after we didn't have pasta, we gonna eat this. She's like, yeah, that's how you. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not it's a meal by itself, but it's a course. Like it's second. The second course is the protein. First course is the pasta. But it's not a side though. They don't come out together and you eat it like a side.
But
So I
is
guess
it
that's
is
the
it is it just pasta or is it pasta sauce and meat? Is meat? There ain't
it's
no meat in there, is it?
sometimes no, every time it was never no meat was ever in the pasta. It was just kind of sauce and pasta. And then after she would come out, she would either have steak, we would have chicken, it would be something else for the second course.
Yeah. The meat is the X factor. Shout out to the meat man. The meat is the X factor. If you add meat, then it's a 2-meat meal, and that's a violation to have a
That's a
2-meat meal.
Yeah. So I guess to that point, most of the time you're having spaghetti and meat sauce. So the meat is in,
Right.
so that's all one meal.
Right.
Well, you heard it first.
I think we. Oh no, I was just saying. I think we made a distinction. If it's just sauce and noodles, you can have it as a side. If you do sauce noodles with meat, then it's a meal
with the protein.
Well, I'm living wrong, America, because I do sauce, meat, noodles, and 3
You got a
pieces.
big baggie. You a big ass dude, so you get a pass. Somewhere you get a pass.
What you think, America? Let us know. Let us know what you think. Comment, send us an email. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, please don't let me be the only one out here big bagging, because I'm admitting I'm big bagging. And that's what it's called. Wide back then. Shit.
Yeah.
All right, now keeping things rolling along. Got my 3 married men. We all back together under one roof. Well, virtual roof, and so I did want to get y'all thoughts on the clip that I ran across. So Bun-B was on the Angie Martinez podcast in real life, and he had something interesting to say about married couples. Someone had asked him a question, and he had an interesting response to when it comes to phones. So if you got that clip queued up, if you could play that for me.
Yo, my boy Bun. I got a question for you, bro.
Let's go.
So I just got married. International Players Anthem was actually my wedding walkout song. But I'll keep it G, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a player. Now, I'm trying to walk the straight line and avoid the gun line. What type of advice would you give me on being a solid husband and to try to do right type shit?
No, I love that question.
He asked the right questions to the right guy, didn't he?
Oh my God, he didn't even know what our conversation was going to be today.
I love this. I'm going to need you by the beginning of the year to get yourself to a place where you can leave your phone with your wife for the weekend.
How do you get there?
The first thing is you shouldn't have the numbers in the phone anyway if you're married. You should have done this before. But let's say you don't want to be tempted anymore. That's not going to happen. You're going to be tempted. You're going to find women that are prettier than your wife. You're going to find women that are built better than your wife, but they're not going to protect you. They're not going to love you in the way that your wife does. And basically what you're going to have to do is try to teach and train somebody to love you in the way that somebody already does. It's not worth it, bro. If you loved her enough to marry her and to give her your last name in front of all those people and God Almighty, least you can do is keep your phone and your life clean. If you have any women in your life, my brother, now's the time. Get it done. And I hope your wife is watching because she needs to do it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder.
She needs to do it too because the idea is not just leaving the phone at home. You should be in a marriage where y'all can trade phones. And if somebody calls her phone for her, you can tell them she has your phone and vice versa. That's the test. But you got to do your part first, Will.
I've had conversations with y'all, and I know y'all are on different sides of the spectrum when it comes to this topic right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the controversy. Mr. Taboo Timmons, what was your thoughts when you heard Bun-B say what he just said?
Man, look, leave my damn phone alone. And let me tell you why. First of all, I live by my phone, so I ain't zero chance that I'm leaving my phone. I live by my phone. I go to work, I'm on 24-hour call. Aside from that, don't go through nobody's damn phone because it's going to be something that you're not going to like. Whether you go through your wife's phone or she go through yours. And it could be something as innocent as your boys talking, her girls talking. You might have got on her damn nerves, vice versa. And you know, other than Captain America over here, you know, it do happen, but leave my damn phone alone because I might be talking shit. You might see something that somebody that sent me some pictures, and I ain't talking about the pictures that y'all thinking about. Somebody be like, "Oh man, look at this chick," and you're like, "Oh damn, okay, she ain't as cute as your wife, but you know that's why you stay your ass home." You imagine somebody get a hold of that, your spouse get a hold of that, now you guilty. Or if it's some strippers they talking about, now you guilty. Y'all wasn't even at the club. I wasn't even at the spot. So leave my damn phone alone. That's my take on it because I got more to say. I don't want to hog the mic, but I'm gonna just say this. I'm a realist in the situation too. If I got to look at your phone, stalk your phone, and try to block anything, no, I'm not doing that. Cause life has taught me you might find some stuff you don't like, and you can't stop nothing. I'm a realist. Anything can happen in any situation. And because of it, you might be here for a reason. You might be here for a season. Everybody want to be the longevity, but some people it's just a season. So in that, people, I'm gonna just leave it there because I'm curious.
No,
Leave my damn
no,
phone alone. I'm gonna leave your
no.
no. I don't want to take all the mic time.
You have to keep going because every time we have conversations like this, you always end it like that. I'm gonna keep my peace and then I'm gonna hush, but I'm gonna say one thing: you be too sensitive with these situations, and then you start off like that, and then never go any
Okay,
further. You gotta explain this season and the reason in a marriage. You gotta help me understand that.
I'm certified by Coach E. Okay, so season and a reason. Okay, if your wife or somebody, anything can happen. So your significant other, your wife, whoever, they can meet somebody. They can meet somebody, they can fall in love, they can fall out of love with you, and then next thing you know, they leaving you, or vice versa. This shit happens. This is real life. So if I got to feel like I'm trying to stop or block, even cock blocking situations, no, I'm not gonna do that because look, it shouldn't be like that. Either you here by choice and design, ain't no prisoners here. Ain't no prisoners here. So if you got to search and look and chase them up down the street, then you don't need to be in that situation. Period. You don't need to be in that situation. And I'm just a realist. There's people here that I love from old situations where I was just the goddamn season. And I've lived with that.
But
So,
what?
and it's people from that I love in the situation. You see what I'm saying? So you don't know what you are. We just out here guessing. You hope that, but we just out here guessing.
But in this situation that you're referring to, was it a marriage?
No, it wasn't a marriage, but
So
things
that
happens
doesn't
in
count.
marriages too.
That doesn't count
No,
in
it
this
don't count.
conversation. So
No, it
that's
don't
what
count.
you keep
Oh, go
saying
ahead. I'm
chase
sorry.
him down and stalk and block. He didn't say anything like that at all. This, see, that's the thing. That's what I think you get offended by stuff because you thinking they saying one thing. He wasn't saying anything like that at all. He was just
Yeah.
saying you should be one and be able to share because y'all should be telling each other everything anyway, and there's nothing to hide with anything. So if she was, I'm gonna use your reference, if she was to get
Yeah.
your phone and she goes through a
Mm-hmm.
group chat and she see you talking whatever or you say whatever, you should already said it to her anyway. So what is she gonna see different that you didn't already say to her when that situation came up for you to talk stuff in the group chat? So
Because
you could have that conversation with your wife anyway, because she's your wife.
oh yeah, that sound good, but no, my wife don't want to hear all that shit. Like she don't want to hear, and nor do I. I don't be like, hey, girl, what y'all talk about? What you and the girls talk about? That's you and the girl time.
Oh
Like
no,
you
no.
shouldn't. I don't think it's healthy to have every single second of every single conversation that I have in private or that she have in. I don't want to know. I don't know what you and the girls talking about. And I'm not gonna tell you what me and the fellas talk about. It's not that we not just be talking some stupid shit. But it's been, especially in the beginning, I comes be like, hey man, you ain't gonna believe shit. Like, baby, I don't care about that. All right, cool. But I ain't gonna tell like if somebody tell me something in confidentiality either. Cause I know where a lot of bodies buried, but I'm not about to tell my wife everything either. Cause sometimes they can't handle the truth.
No, I'm not saying that. But go ahead, Rick.
So
Oh,
I think we kind of getting off the clip because
Yeah.
yeah.
Bun he wasn't saying nothing about his that young man ain't say nothing about his wife. He was talking about himself. What do I need to do? So and that's what Bun-B was saying. Get to the point where you can leave your phone So if it sounded to me like govern yourself accordingly. And I used to be a firm believer of like, well, oh, it's just like Instagram. Oh, it's just a picture, whatever, that's not going to do anything. But I've kind of adapted. You got to do a clean of the Instagram, man. Like, cause that stuff feeds on each other, like visuals and things like that. It's all just gateway. So it's like, why do you need to follow that girl, or why do you need to, be looking at that page anyway? Because all that's going to do is you walk that line to the other stuff. You got to guard
Absolutely.
yourself, guard your mind, and guard your heart. As a man, you got to do that for yourself.
And to
And
speak
get
on that point, Rick, I'm gonna go ahead and lay that out there. That got me in trouble one time because I just was scrolling and ended up liking a picture that I thought it was no harm into the picture, ended up hurting my wife's feelings. So that
yeah.
did start something, but that was a conversation that we had. But that goes to what I was saying earlier. You should be able to have those conversations anyway. I admitted I messed up. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't like the picture and like, oh yeah, I want to meet her. And so I just liked the picture. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing. I was trying to creep on
Mm-hmm.
the side, nothing. It took my
Cause
head.
that's
So
Mm-hmm.
how
then,
it always starts. Liking
yeah,
a picture. Next
yeah,
thing you get a DM. The next thing you get a DM, and you respond with, "Oh, thanks," and then it's a back and forth. It
and
snowballs, and then you don't like, how the hell did I wind up here?
but just me personally, since I brought that situation up, and I'm so glad you said that. But then if it would have went to that, if she would have replied with a DM, I immediately would have said, "Hey Sharon, look, she tripping. All I did was like a picture and look what she sent." Then that
Mhm.
situation's over. I'm not going any further because I brought it to her attention. Like, yo, yeah, you're right. I was tripping by liking the picture. She took it wrong, and look at this, and then boom, done. Period. So that's the
Yeah.
part that I'm talking about. That I don't see anything wrong with that. You should have that open relationship conversation with your wife. Not open relationship. That was horrible choice of words.
Good transition.
Yeah,
Good
that,
choice of
that was
words.
horrible choice of words. You should have that open conversation or open, back and forth with your wife at any given time, at all times. And just to answer that question, I have no problem with giving Sharon my phone and her giving me her phone. Because what am I hiding? Everybody that calls me knows her and
Yeah,
knows us and knows that we're together. So what are we like? Why wouldn't I be able to do that?
that was gonna be my next question, because it sounds like the trouble party, because he said get rid of the old numbers. Like, ain't
Yeah,
nobody in my phone I talk to, my wife don't talk to. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
right? So do you do is it should you get rid of X's numbers?
Absolutely. Why would you keep them?
Yeah, if you get rid of them, they still can call you. They still can hit you up. They still can text from that unknown number that you done scrubbed and deleted the name. They and say they might call up when your wife got your phone, your wife answering, and then you like, you know what? No, I ain't talked to that person. And she's like, no, I don't believe you. Now what?
Well, that ain't
Look
on
at
you.
the
That's on
call
her.
history, and you can see I haven't talked to her. It's
You could
technology for
delete
that.
call history. Come on, man. You can delete call history. That's too easy.
See, so this is my question to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, awesome, one being I hate it. Where does marriage stand in your life? 1 to 10.
Marriage is good. It's definitely before I can answer that black and white question, because I know you like the black and white answers.
I was about to
It's a
say you
learning,
never said a number.
it's a growing process for me because I've never been in this situation. Of course, y'all know I say it probably too much. I'm proud to be faithful. I'm proud to be here. You know, it ain't nothing that, like, she didn't like the fact that I posted my bowling shoes. Y'all seen my bowling shoes, didn't you? You saw my bowling shoes.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely.
Okay. I put super glue, I put gorilla glue on my bowling shoes. She hated that. She hates some pictures I post. She hates some things. She's like, oh, why would you do that? Because she is more private and she is a lot prouder. Because to me, I'm like, I'm just posting my bowling shoes. I'm being silly. My bowling shoes, the soles came off, Rick. So I gorilla glued them back together. Took the picture, posted it. I'm being silly. She
Yeah.
couldn't stand it, but something like that. You know what I mean? It's little things like that. So, yes, marriage, it's a lot of sacrifice. It's a growing thing. I'm learning. I'm learning to get to a 10. I'm not to a 10 yet, honestly. I'm not, and it's more so the sacrificial side of it. Like we always talk about, that curfew side of it. My mama ain't even give me a curfew. So with that, I struggled. But it's also the respect of it. I get it. I get you. I got her. And I'll be like, okay, I get it now. Let me bring my ass home. You know, with the occasional things. It's not that I'm doing anything crazy. As you witnessed a couple times. So that part of it, I'm growing and I'm learning. So right now, I'll give it an 8.
Quick. The word sacrifice. Like when I hear that, anytime you hear sacrifice, it's like I view that as there's something happening. Someone is giving something up at the detriment of themselves for somebody else to be happy. That's what I think about when
Yes,
I hear the word sacrifice. I've
correct.
I heard somebody and I've kind of adopted this maybe um rephrasing or reframing that scenario you're talking about into be
Mm-hmm.
of service to be of service to your wife. Like, I'm not sacrificing coming home early. I'm being of service to her coming home early because I know she likes me. Because it's out from all the conversations that we've had
Mm-hmm.
and what you said about that, your wife likes to have you around.
Yes, exactly. I mean, because I'm interested. We have great
Right.
conversations. We talk, but she go to sleep early. I am a night owl. If I'm not up here
And
working,
so
then I'm up.
I've heard too that you fall asleep around the ones that make you the most comfortable.
Who, me
Mo- mo-
or
no, her falling
oh
asleep because
her? Yeah,
my wife does the same thing. Oh, let's watch a movie. 5 minutes in, she knocked out. But if she's
yeah,
at her most
yeah.
comfortable, most vulnerable, like, and you have set that table for her to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now
She going to sleep regardless though.
the rub comes in where, hey, I would like to go do this, and her, from what I'm saying, not being like, why you got to go do that? Like that's the tricky part. Like my wife
Right.
had to tell me sometime, why don't you call so and so? Y'all need to go out. Yeah, you need to go. It's like she, I don't say pushes me out the house, but like she
Yeah.
sees that balance and is like, hey, go do other things. But I
Yeah.
know a lot of times, especially in this marriage thing, how what we say, what we frame something as, puts it in that light. And if we start framing things in a negative light, it's gonna be negative. So I've tried to start framing things in a more positive way to have a more positive outlook in the marriage and things like that.
Yeah. I like that.
Go ahead, E.
I was just agreeing with you with that word sacrifice because that word sacrifice can come across as negative, like you have a problem with not doing that anymore because of her. And then that when they get in their feelings, like, well, why you feel like you got to sacrifice just because of me? So that's I'm agreeing with Rick on that
Yeah.
word. Yeah. That's very I don't want to say demeaning, but they can take it as being demeaning or offensive because like
Yeah, and see, that's why I'm not coming to you like, well, I'm sacrificing. I'm coming just talking about it because to me, like I can see the spin where it could be negative, but I'm just to me, that's the depth of it because I have to tell myself. Because again, I was what 13, 14, no driver's license driving a car. You know what I mean? And going out, going a bunch of different places, doing things, staying out late. So not that it was the greatest thing in the world, but here it is in this situation. It's like, no, some of them things that I've become accustomed to, it's like, all right, out of respect or in service of, as Rick put it, it's like, okay, I gotta go home. Even though I'm still up, I'm still ready to kick it, but I gotta go home. Even though she's not awake, she's asleep. So
Yeah. it's a learning thing, man. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
happens
That's what I mean. You got to
and
come back to it
you
though,
know.
because we're on this shot clock. you only got so much time.
To be continued.
Then you're on mute. To be continued. Right. Stay on my damn phone.
All right, so let's go ahead and transition into something that you might sit down and watch with your wife on Monday
Oh,
night.
she's a tricky one. She's a tricky one.
Still trying to slide that in.
Yeah.
Strong boundaries, that one.
But Ohio State, Alabama, they're not in the National Football Playoffs, but they are in the football playoffs. So the Final Four coaches, Dan Lanning, Kurt Signetti, Dan Lanning, Kurt Signetti. Who am I forgetting? Why am I drawing a blank? Help me out, fellas.
Crystal
Oh,
ball.
man.
Mario Cristobal.
Mario Cristobal and Pete Golden.
Mm-hmm.
All are disciples of one and only, the greatest coach of all time, Nick Saban. Now, on the flip side, that was the Final Four in this championship game. Ohio State is in this somehow because the two teams that are playing are the two teams Ohio State lost to in consecutive weeks. So, or I shouldn't say consecutive weeks, in consecutive games, because it was a nice little gap between the two. Now, first of all, this Final Four didn't have any blue bloods. There were no blue bloods. Do you think this is just a one-off right here this year, or is this something that we should expect going forward?
We should totally expect this going forward. And I'm so happy that it's happening because that's good for college football. Because you're not just sitting there and say, well, I ain't watching this because I already know who's going to win. Just like how everybody be doing in basketball, NBA or whatever. Everybody, man, we already know who's going to win the finals. Why should I watch it? It's entertaining. And all the games were good except for the Indiana Oregon. That was the only like bad game, in my opinion, the whole playoffs. Of course, the James Madison and all that stuff, yeah, but every other game was very competitive.
No, it wasn't. Alabama, Indiana wasn't. You know, I could go through the list. Texas Tech, Oregon, that was some hot garbage.
Okay, from the
You had
Final Four, then we'll just say the Final.
Okay, the
Yeah,
Final Four. Now,
Indiana,
but even the Final Four, it was just one or two of the Final Four. Like, if it wasn't for Mississippi, if it wasn't for Georgia, that game right there, that helped revive it, bring some life back into it. You could say possibly even Alabama. Nah, I ain't even gonna say Alabama, Oklahoma was a good game, and neither was Texas Tech, Miami. Nah, yeah, if it wasn't for Georgia, Mississippi, and Mississippi, Miami, those were great games.
State, Miami.
Yeah.
State, Miami. There we go. We got three right there. I'll give you three. Well, Rick is kind of shaking his head because he was in the building for that one, so he don't think he's like that's on the border right there. But yeah, so you say this is good and this is gonna be how it is going forward. Rick, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very widespread different teams in the playoff. It's going to hurt. I think it's going to hurt the viewership though, because I don't think people are going to be used to that. Like I'll be real interested to see what this Miami Indiana game, especially in comparing it to previous years with those blue bloods playing in that national championship game, what that viewership is going to be like. I don't know if West Coast people are going to want to watch Indiana, if that makes sense. Like, but
Total
as far
sense.
as for the sport, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Everybody's gonna feel like they have a shot.
And you know why? Mr. Portal. Thank you, Mr.
Yep.
Portal. That's the only thing I like the portal for. Balance of power. It's changing everywhere.
I mean, hell, even
Okay,
if you just talk about,
I got a
even if you talk
question.
about just the state of Texas, like the fact that you have Texas Tech in the talks of being one of the top programs in college football right now, like in the state of Texas, you're naming Texas Tech's way down the list, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be really good for the sport.
with Indiana, don't they got a bunch of older players? They was trying to say with Indiana, like players has been
Yeah, the oldest
around.
roster. Yeah, the oldest
Yeah,
roster.
because they came from James Madison with Signetti, and they have been in college for a while.
Okay,
They've used
okay.
the portal to their advantage, clearly. And I'd like to put this on wax. I'm sorry. I misread Indiana. Didn't like them. Oh, I still actually don't like them, but you got to give them respect and credit. I have to do that because I was on here talking bad about them. Like, oh, man, they ain't going to do nothing. In the championship game, they're still undefeated. As much as I don't like
Yeah.
them, they're an overall good team. So, hey, I had to say that.
What'd you
Get
say,
that out.
Draft Mendoza? That's what you
No,
said,
not
Draft
saying that.
Mendoza. Oh,
I'm not
okay.
a Mendoza fan. He
Thought I
still
was
has a
hearing
lot to
stuff.
prove to me. That's a deeper conversation. We'll go too deep with that.
All right, you brought up the portal. So players bouncing around from team to team, university to university. As far as, do you see this having any effect when it comes, because one of the things is the NFL product is the best product. Do you see that possibly watering it down any with these kids bouncing from school to school? Could it have some type of effect on the product on the field that you get on Sundays?
I don't think so. I actually think it's kind of helping the product because people are trying to be best on best. Like go to the best conferences and play the best games and have the best playing situations so they can be seen to make it to the NFL. And these are players that, if you notice, a lot of the big time players, not the ordinary Joe Schmoes that we really don't know about, if you hit in the portal, you're like the Caleb Downs for a situation. Well, you can't use Caleb Downs because he was a one-on-one talent, but it's a whole bunch of players that switch schools that go to another school that you probably didn't hear of from that other school, but he was really good. But now he's at another school, and you're like, wow, this guy's really good because he's on the stage for you to see him as being pretty good. So I think that's helping the NFL product to get those guys ready for that because it's just like free agency in the NFL. I think that's what I compare it to. That's all that's going on now. So I think it's actually helping the product in the NFL because people are going to better situations and playing better on bigger stages.
And I'm gonna be devil's advocate. The devil's advocate in me says, now, if a kid actually stays around in that system and develops in that system, because sometimes these kids are jumping ship and going to a situation thinking it's a better situation, only to find out, nah, you should have stayed your butt where you was at, where you was getting that playing time, because now you ain't getting that playing time over here. Yeah, you was able to go and grab some quick NIL money for a year, but you've actually probably set yourself back by not by going to this school, not getting any playing time. Now you're gonna hit the portal again, trying to find playing time at another school. Now, but if you'd have stayed your butt right there, people was noticing you, putting up those numbers. The NFL will come and find you anywhere. So I think that's that little risk reward benefit that some kids, and I think more kids are winding up on that end of the spectrum than the situation that you're saying, E, where they're going to a to the next school and getting playing time and getting to sharpen their skills, because now they really going up against some other steel, and that steel is sharpening steel type of thing. But I don't know, Rick, what you was about to jump in? What you had to say?
I don't know. I was following you with what you were saying, that they're gonna find you anywhere, and sometimes what you're looking at, the type of kid who jumps around like that, it could be for one or two reasons, and it kind of gives you a reading into the insight of that kid, if that makes sense. Like, to just kind of,
Totally.
yeah, what kind of psyche they have. Like, are they
Are you
a
willing to work or are you a quitter?
yeah, are you gonna work and you gonna stick around? Because now when you get to the NFL, you can't jump around and jump ship. If something ain't going your way, are you gonna have the resilience to pull out of it, or are you gonna go into a shell and I'm paying you all this money and now you going to this shell? I think
Mm.
that's a caveat to that. You're gonna have those scenarios. And you also gonna have the scenarios like the quarterback who was at Tennessee, Nico, who went to UCLA. I think the portal will start weeding those type of kids out, where it's like, oh, they're coming out of high school, they're really good, but then it's like, see, follow this bouncing ball. Damn, nah, we good. Man, I don't need to deal with that.
But then I also think that in certain situations, kids do that because of their growing up situations to try to take care of home. Because just like you
Right.
said, Zen, oh my bad. Just like you said, Zen, they're going place to place for these bags. Maybe they like need these bags for like life reasons. So you can kind of weed people out like that, or you could have that outlook. So it just depends. You got to get to know that kid before you draft them or while you're drafting them to see
I don't,
why you did that and things like that. That's not as
I don't,
prevalent, but I think it's still some situations out there like that. It's not like the majority at all.
well, what y'all think? I feel like the portal is full of kids. You got your tip top ones like that
Yeah.
are using their leverage that hey, I'm the number whatever kid at my school
Mhm.
and we did well, so I'm gonna jump in to see what the market's trying to show me. But then you got the people in the portal that's like, well, I ain't playing here, so I'm gonna go to
That's the
yeah.
majority
I
right
feel
there.
right, and I feel like that's a big that's a spectrum, a
Mhm.
wide spectrum of kids, and those
That's
the
gonna
ones that are
ruin it.
jumping around because of playing time. That's the
Those are the
ones where
ones
you're
that
like,
stay
well,
away from.
you in the portal for a reason,
Yeah.
and
I think that's gonna ruin the. I think that's gonna ruin the product going to NFL. I couldn't hear you saying quite because something came on my screen. But if that's what you were saying, I think it's gonna ruin the NFL though because now these kids don't want to stick it out. They gonna get to the league and be ready to quit and move on. Like y'all said, I heard y'all say the league don't work that way. But how they
Yeah, you
gonna
still
learn how to stick it out and be resilient if they can just dip all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Like so, how that's
I
gonna
think they
affect the
know
game?
I think they know the situation and they're taking advantage of the situation with the portal. And uh, I'm thinking that when they go to the
Yeah.
NFL, you know damn well you can't go anywhere. So like you're stuck. But in
But like
college,
if
they
that's
know they
what you
can go
used
somewhere.
to, yeah, but
Nah,
if that's what the new norm is, then are they gonna really wanna be stuck? Or are they gonna be like, you know what, in the portal, I was able to control this and my destiny and woo woo woo. But
yeah, but it's
how
never
long before
going.
they shut it down? Like in the league, like are they gonna do that? Can they do that?
No, they can't shut the portal down in the league. But you know damn well the league has never had a portal, so you can't go there and
No,
expect.
not the port on the league. So you get used to this mentality that you don't like situation switch. We know damn well a lot of players come to the league and they don't like the situation coming in for whatever reason, coach, organization, whatever. And now they used to switching in the portal or seeing it done, but trying to take that mentality to the league. Like we know it's not the
They can't
same,
though.
but the mentality of well, I'm just not gonna play, or I'm not gonna give it my all, or I'm gonna pout and want to leave. Kind of like what the NFL, what the NBA is doing. I know the NFL don't want to become the NBA, and they've been fighting against that. But can it be more of a pushback from the players since they're getting used to it in the portal now?
that's what I
Nah,
was gonna say. I said the only thing I see is maybe you see a lot more players trying to force trades, where it's like
Right.
you know. But the only thing, the NFL is a different animal, man. Them
yeah,
cats,
I don't see that
they got
happening
that thing
whatsoever.
down to a science. They got them
Just
cats
because
Yeah.
under their
and the
thumb.
languages in contracts. There's no languages in portal. There's not even a
Yeah,
contract in the portals. So you have the freedom to do that. You can't do that in the NFL. So I don't think anybody's
Yeah.
gonna go there and think they can do that.
yeah.
Like if they start getting some momentum like they did with the NBA. Seem like they did that with the NBA. I know it's two different leagues, two different mentalities, but can enough players get enough momentum and value
Not in the
to
NFL.
start to
No,
make that push in the NFL?
no chance. Not the Shield.
No chance.
No
Okay.
chance in hell.
All right. So
Good.
real quick, fellas. So tell me who you got Monday night, Indiana or Miami, and how do you see it playing out?
Indiana. I take Indiana.
Okay. All right, that's B. Yeah, I can't ask him why because he just coming off the top of his head.
Why?
He can't give you no real analysis
Because
behind that. But it's
once
all good,
once
B. It's all good. You
once they
you ain't got
put
to prove me wrong. You ain't got to prove
BTA,
me wrong. You ain't,
they came in, beat the Ohio State Buckeyes, shut them down. Both of them did, but And they seem like they trying to write some momentum behind Mendoza going to the league for whatever reason. So he will be the victor. Indiana will win. He'll have a pretty good game. Oh no, what happened to Rick? There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Rick, who you got?
The
Mm-hmm.
U,
You
baby.
got the U.
The U. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you. The U. One, I mean, I'm gonna stay with my ACC brethren for one.
Homer Simpson.
But two, I mean, it's a home game for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, they gonna come out like Miami about to show out. The city Miami about to show out. You know, so and that defense, man, them cats up front, they serious. They are serious, and they um Thomas number 8, that safety. When I was watching that at that Ohio State game, watching him play, like they for real. They for real. Like I went on last week, but that Miami D line made some draft stock of those Ohio State linemen drop drastically in that game. It was sad. Whoever number 70 is
Horrible.
could not block
Player.
Bang at all.
Damn, he lost his name.
Yes, he lost his name.
Whoever that guy is.
Yeah.
Player
All
7.
right.
So
So we got one Indiana, one Miami. Coach E, you're the tiebreaker. Who you got?
Yeah, I got the U for those exact reasons. That D line is ridiculous. You saw it in the Super Bowl with Tom Brady and the New York Giants. That D line set the tone in that game all game. They couldn't block them as a unit. It's not just one or two, it's the whole D line. And they have depth at that D line. So they rotate people in and out. Yeah, it's a drop off from Bain and Messidor, but everybody else, about the same. Those are the two stars of the D line. So, of course, they're going to be a little bit better than everybody else. But the subs, they're way better than average. So I think that D line is just going to feast on Mendoza. And Indiana has a decent O line, but I don't think they've seen anything like that. O State was supposed to be close to that. They shut O State's D line down. I don't see them doing that to this D line at all. They're different, like Rick said, which will give the corners way more time to cover, which will give the safety that you was talking about way more time to cover to make an impact and get some picks. So if you look at Mendoza play, if you look at the way they play, yeah, he takes a couple shots down the field, but it's a lot of short things there, a lot of comeback routes there. He's not going to be able to hold that ball that long, I don't think. That athleticism that they're claiming and trying to say that he has all of a sudden, I think they'll show with this NFL type speed on the defense that he really is not as athletic as they are trying to make him be. He's a little bit athletic, better than normal, but I don't think he has enough to get away and make a play against this defense. So
Okay.
the you.
and one last thing, Zen. I just want like I'm rooting for the U because they be trying to get rid of that school for a long time, like sanctions and discipline stuff, like, and you just keep bouncing back, and now they've bounced back, and they got this stigma of being the a black school of college football, like everybody just kind of dumping on them. So it's good to see them back in the national championship game. The coach used to play there. Like it's just a good story. So it's good to see the U back going. So I'm gonna root for them. And hey, if you beat Ohio State, let's go.
And I think this is the first time that it's like a home game, national championship in college. I don't think that's ever been done.
Yeah, I can't remember
Okay.
either.
Now, I will say this. I was in Atlanta for the Peach Bowl when Indiana and Oregon faced off. Indiana travels well.
Yeah,
And
they was
I believe
90%
they
down there,
will
I heard.
travel very well. Man, it was ridiculous how much Indiana invaded that city. And I believe the same will occur here. So I'm trying to see if they're going to be able to actually give Miami a run for their money inside of that stadium. So,
So
yeah,
here, because I went to the Ohio State Michigan game or Miami game, Ohio State travels well, but it was a lot of Miami fans in there. I was surprised at how many Miami fans was in there. Like I didn't think it would be that many. Oh, it was. They travel well, pretty well too.
okay.
So
Now, real quick, we got to wrap it up on this one. So, another big news was kind of well, I won't say it's a surprise. It was a little bit of a surprise the way it happened. So, for years now, people been yelling out and chanting fire Tomlin in the city of Pittsburgh. Well, Tuesday, after they took a crazy L to the Houston Texans, losing 30-6, Mike Tomlin announced that he is stepping down from his head coaching duties of the Pittsburgh Steelers, stepping down after 18 seasons. Now, this makes the third coach in the AFC South that will not be the head coach in the 2026 season.
AFC North.
Fellas, I want to get your thoughts on Mike Tomlin stepping down and calling it a day in Pittsburgh is the end of an era. What's your thoughts on the era? What's the legacy he leaves behind in Pittsburgh? And also, what could it possibly mean for the Browns now that this big coaching turnover is taking place in the division?
I want to jump all over this at the beginning. I'm just going to give you all the stat because you talked about the lineage and the legacy of Mike Tomlin. So in January 2007, when the Steelers made the surprising decision to hire the then Vikings defensive coordinator Mike Tomlin, social media was just being launched and there were no iPhones. The first iPhone came out 5 months after Mike Tomlin was hired.
Wow.
Just let that sit in for a while. And on top of that, he's never had a losing season. Okay? Let that sink in. So that either means you're one hell of a coach or you had some hella teams. But I'm going to go with you're one hell of a coach because these last 6 to 7 years, your team hasn't been that good. And you found a way to make them over 500 every single time. So that's one hell of a job as a head coach. And y'all know how I feel about Mike Tomlin. He's one of my favorite coaches, even though he coaches used to coach at Pittsburgh. He's still one of my favorite coaches just because of how he is, the tone he sets, the culture he creates, and just his coaching style overall. So him being available, which I think he's actually not available because he's still on the contract. And if you want him, you still have to talk to the Steelers. You would actually have to trade for him. So you can't just call him and get an interview and things like that. That's a little difference between him and every other coach that's going out here for jobs. And what that means for Cleveland is, in my opinion, absolutely nothing because they're still going to hire the wrong guy because I don't have any faith in that organization. That's all I got.
Cleveland going Cleveland.
Yes.
I knew Eeyore was gonna show up. You was doing so good, E. I was like, yeah, E, and then Eeyore showed up. So I'll say go get him, man. I agree with my light skinned compadre. Go get Tomlin if possible. If you could talk to the Steelers, go get him. That's the accountability guy. He can hold the guys accountable. Start really liking it. Like it's across a dirty pond for me. So I didn't really like Tomlin at all, especially when I heckled him, didn't like him. Nobody in Pittsburgh liked him, nobody liked him. So but watching that Hard Knocks, man, I start getting a nice appreciation for what he actually did with the team. And to agree with you, E, to go a little step further, man, his quarterback situation. I mean, Rodgers was decent, but they been horrible, and still to not go below 500, I think that speaks volumes. So definitely go get him if you can. Legacy, he did good, but how many rings did he win? Just one? Was it one?
Yeah.
Yeah, one. Then you on mute. So I don't know where that equates to legacy, but he stood there a long time and so
One
no
Super
500 is
Bowl,
crazy.
went to two.
Went to
Yeah,
two.
so definitely, and no losing seasons.
No losing
You
seasons. Yeah,
had
that's amazing.
you
For shit
had
quarterbacks.
one season where you had Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges. Another season you had a declining Russell Wilson and Justin
Right.
Fields. Sorry,
Mitch
I
Trubisky
had
was
to throw
out
that
there.
shot at O State real quick.
Yeah,
So,
Fields.
but
Trash.
but yeah,
Yeah.
and then you had a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and it still it was able to win a division off of that. So
Yeah. That's good. I say go get him.
You
not
saying
coming.
go get him? There's nothing to be got. He's not.
Hey
But
man, if there's
go ahead.
any
All right, my
possibility,
bad.
go get him. Damn it! If there's any possibility, get the man. Shit, I'll take him.
The
We
Okay.
ain't got no
Cleveland
coach.
fan talking. The Cleveland fan talking.
So if there's no chance you wouldn't get him. I mean, I know the particulars. I'm just saying hypothetically speaking, if it's a chance, which y'all I know Rick's answer, but y'all, would y'all like him here? Even at the sacrifice of the defensive coordinator sports.
Yes,
What?
100%.
Yes.
But there's a
Okay.
100% chance that he's not coming.
Oh man, Eeyore got an Eeyore.
Right now.
Go ahead, Rick, man. Right
Right
now.
now.
Okay, yeah. Later.
That's probably why he's taking the year off. I don't know how long. How long is this contract extended through?
2. He got 2 years left on the deal.
2 years. Yeah, he might go and take that too, and then just go play. But man, I have so much respect for Mike Tomlin because I've been in the coaching field, in the coaching world, and to do what he has done is just aside from him being a black head coach, just being a coach, period. Like no losing seasons, like that's phenomenal. And I've coached middle school, I've coached high school, I've coached college, and in all those realms, I'm coaching young men. Like to stand in front of men, grown men, and be able to rally them and move them and have them have so much respect for you, that's hard. Especially in the NFL where sometimes those guys are making so much more money than you and it's just they're the stars and like the respect that he held in locker rooms and just you can tell when you're around somebody who can move men. And that's Mike Tomlin, man. So I'm proud of him, real happy for him. Um, would love to have him in Cleveland if we could, but I think he deserves to have some time off and just kind of, as Jay-Z said, because I think a lot of people in Pittsburgh are like, oh, let's get rid of him. Okay.
Hmm.
A lot of people saying they made Hove. All right, then go make another Hove. Like, I hate to follow Tomlin, whoever that guy is.
Well,
You
And
could
they,
have said I hate to follow Cowher, and then came Tomlin. Somehow the
yeah,
Steelers
true.
found a way to know how to get it right. So
Kevin Stefanski
yeah.
is available.
yes,
But
he is.
to that
Go
to that
coach
point
the Steelers.
about I, when I heard all them coaches was going in, what I thought about was my man Michael Corleone when he took power in The Godfather and killed all the heads of the five family and was like, if we got to start over, everybody got to start over. That's what I thought about. So, but the table is being set for Shador. If he gonna be the guy coming back, everybody's starting over. Everybody's gonna have a rookie coach. Everybody gonna have a new system. Everybody this, everybody that. His only challenge is gonna be trying to battle with Joe Burrow and my fellow teammate Zach Taylor, because they're the only ones that have been, are still stamped and solidified in some kind of stability. But everybody else, your main two, especially with the Ravens and the Steelers, your main two set of competition. But it's a good thing to have that defense behind you. So I think it's looking pretty good for the Brownies.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mike never coaches another game after this. I know he's saying he's taking time off, but I think he might enjoy that life after that 18-year grind. So I wouldn't be surprised if we never see him again. But
I would be surprised if we don't see him again. I'll be really surprised if we don't see him again.
No, he could
Hey,
make
we
so much
said
money
that about
speaking.
other coaches.
Coward did
He
that
could make,
too. He was
yeah.
gone.
He could be a
Chilling.
consultant. Like he could make so much money different ways, and he never got to really coach again.
There you go.
He ain't really do he need it, the money. Everybody need
Yeah.
money, but yeah, true.
All right. All right, fellas. Hey, I hear that sound. I hear that sound. You know what that means. Good pod, good pod. Hey, Coach E.
Yes, Zen, somehow you got in the middle of the screen.
You got a post-game word for the people.
Yes, I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, take a knee, all eyes on me. Today's word is just make sure. Just make sure that your behavior is matching up with your goals that you set for yourself for this quote unquote new year. Just make sure you're doing everything that matches up with your goals. Just make sure you are trying to execute things in your life and execute things on another level. Just make sure you got positivity. Just make sure you have consistency. Just make sure you are going above and beyond. That is behavior that's conducive to attaining all the goals that you have set for yourself. So just make sure.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and watching. Keyword watching on YouTube. Coach E Game for All Seasons. And with that being said, I'll be right back. I'm about to go give Sharon my phone. See you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.